What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer. We are finally back. As you guys know, I took a little break because we welcomed our little boy, Austin James, into the world. But nonetheless, your average consumer is back. If you haven't seen any of the baby updates, feel free to follow me on social media. I have links down below in the description. You guys can see what he looks like and all that. We'll probably have him on the channel at some point, but I digress. Today, we are talking about this guy over here, the ASUS ROG Phone 3. And I am pumped for this. I've never checked out any of their phones. And as a mobile gamer, someone who games a lot on their phone, I feel like I've been missing out. But I have the latest one, so we're gonna check it out, see if it's worth all the hype for us mobile gamers out there. Let's pop this thing open. This box already looks dope. So packaging wise, looks like ASUS has it. All right, let's get comfy. Pull this guy over here. Let's see. So here's the big question. How do you open this thing up? There we go. Not bad. Okay, so phone over here. We've got some accessories over here. So that's the thing about this phone too. It has a lot of accessories to kind of amplify the gaming experience. So we'll go over all of those. Let's actually just pop the phone out first. This is it. Let's peel this open. Not bad. Ooh, this is a big phone. 6.59 inches. But man, yo, this thing looks clean, Jay. You see that? But we'll get to the phone in a second. Let's look at some of the accessories though. So this is their cooler. I think there's a little flap over here that you can pull off. I think you can pull it off. Watch this be like the volume button I'm destroying. All right, so I got my X-Acto blade over here. I do not recommend this. Don't try this at home for sure. This is supposed to be okay, right? Okay, yeah, there we go. That was tougher than it needed to be. And so for this cooling system, you pretty much just plug it in over here, pull this up, and you attach it like that. Oh, and it's got like a kickstand built into it too. What else we got? But seriously, why is nothing easy? Oh, it comes with a case. I like. So this is like a really thin case and it's not meant to cover all of it. Oh, that's actually not that bad looking. We also have a SIM ejector tool. And I love just like the attention to detail with the like edges and how angular everything is. That all looks kind of dope. I like the design language that ASUS is going with over here. Stickers, probably the best stickers I've seen come with a smartphone. No shots at Apple or anything, but these are dope. All right, and we got the power brick, that's a long power brick, but it is the power brick. It's USB Type-C. Your USB Type-C cable. It's a pretty nice braided cable. You also get a USB Type-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone adapter. And these are flaps, like the little one that I took out. This is a two-parter, and I guess these are replacements. So I'm guessing ASUS assumes people will be losing that little piece. But yo, honestly, that's about it for the unboxing experience. Like, that's everything you get inside of the box. And ASUS even threw in 2 extra phone cases. But there's like actually a ton more accessories that ASUS sells. They've got like this whole ecosystem that they built around this phone because honestly, there's a lot of power in this guy and it's capable of doing a lot more than just playing mobile games. But now let's turn our attention to the phone itself and just taking a quick look around the phone. Of course, you got that logo we talked about in the middle, and above that, we've got the camera system. First being a 64 megapixel regular wide angle camera lens. Then we also have a 13 megapixel ultra wide camera lens and a 5 megapixel macro lens. So if you want to get those close, tight shots, you can get that as well. Usually when it comes to these gaming phones, the camera quality is like, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But continuing the tour around the phone, you've got your power button over here, which has like this nice red accent. I think that looks kind of dope. And you also have the volume controls on the side. This is the SIM card tray. This is that extra slot. This top portion is a USB Type-C port. And this part, they warn you not to put a USB Type-C cable into it. I'm guessing this is just a proprietary slot so that you can throw in their accessories for it. And that's pretty much everything around the phone itself. Actually, I'm wrong. They actually have these little built-in triggers. So when you're playing a game, you have like extra controls. They're not like physical triggers like you'd see on a DualShock 4 controller or an Xbox One controller, but you can use them as such, like in certain games. I'm guessing like PUBG or something. So that's a quick tour around the phone itself, but let's just power it on. Let's get into it, and then we'll talk a bit more about the actual specs. So we got the Republic of Gamer, some pretty decent sound coming out of this guy. Okay. Oh, interesting. So instead of a regular setup screen, we've got this custom one over here. That actually looks kind of cool. Wow, this is the longest setup I've ever done for a fingerprint scanner. I'm guessing with all this data it's collecting, it is going to be lightning fast. Okay, so this thing has like that squeeze feature that we've seen on like the Google Pixel. There's been a few phones that like you can squeeze it and you can get it to do something. You know, while the phone is syncing up, let's talk about those specs. So this thing is packing a Snapdragon 865 processor, can have up to 16 gigs of RAM, up to 512 gigs of storage. And not only that, it also has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, which I'm expecting to be absolutely insane. It also has a high refresh rate display at 144 Hertz with a 1 millisecond response time. And it's gonna be pretty fun to try out. Oh, Jay. We are in RGB action, my man. Now, this isn't the first logo we've seen light up, but I like this, man. That looks clean. All right, first things first. First thing I need to do is make sure that this display is running at the proper refresh rate. Auto, forget auto, we need 144. So check this out, guys. 60, 90, 120, and then 144. All right, so we got it at 144 Hertz. Super smooth, as expected. But now this isn't enough. Honestly, it's not enough to just have the setting enabled. I gotta see it with a game. So here's my problem. I've encountered a lot of cool new phones that have 120 Hertz. You know, the new Samsung phones, the OnePlus phones. It didn't have an impact on the game. So I'm gonna see if this one is any different. I'm hoping that it is. So let's get that going right now. All right, guys, so we took our time, got a bunch of games added onto the phone, some of the games that I play on a daily basis. So we are going to run through them and see how they run on, like, you know, the ROG Phone 3. So first off, I'm gonna start off with the game that I was mentioning before. It's called Dragalia Lost. I know it supports a high frame rate. Don't really see it happening with, you know, other phones that I mentioned. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so I've got it open over here. They've got like this summertime thing going. What's nice about this phone is that you can actually activate the game center by just swiping over from the left. And I can see right now that it's like chilling at 72 frames per second, which is cool. And there's a feature called X mode that puts the phone in optimal settings for like the best gaming experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on now, and boom, now I am in X mode.
Oh my God, he on X Games mode.
And let's see, we're still running at 72 frames per second, which is fine, but let's go into like an actual boss battle or something and see how it runs. But I can tell you right now, just off the bat, scrolling through this thing looks crazy smooth. So I'm very happy. That means this thing is working the way a gaming phone should. All right, guys, so right now we're in a boss battle. Let's see. Oh, okay. We are at 142, 41, 144. So we are getting pretty close to the max frame rate that this thing is capable of. Like I said, I play these on a daily basis. I spend way too much time on games like this. I'm like the ultimate nerd, okay? And I'm okay with that. This makes me very, very happy. This looks really, really good. But let's try some games that are, you know, a bit more common. Okay, so we just threw on some Asphalt 9. What's nice about this phone though is that it has those air triggers. So I can actually map what these triggers touch on the screen. So as you can see, that little break is going there. That's because I mapped it to that part of the screen. So whenever I tap it or I touch it, it's the same as me pressing the screen. You can see the little circle there. I came in first. I put in like no effort. This game is too easy. This game is way too easy. So you guys saw it. The air triggers work really well. They're pretty instantaneous. When you tap them, you immediately see the result on the screen. Bop, 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 boop, boop. Okay guys, so we're gonna get back to the mobile games in just a second, but This phone supports Google Stadia. So you guys can see it has the icon right here. So if we want to play some of those bigger titles out there, but kind of like, you know, stream it and play with a controller like we have over here, this phone's gonna be capable of doing that. So that's like an even bigger test, I guess, in a sense, since, well, maybe not, because it doesn't really, it's just streaming it. Either way, it's a completely different gaming experience on this phone. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw on the dock to keep it cool, make sure we're getting the best experience. And then we have our Xbox One controller over here. We'll jump into Stadia and let's play some Ghost Recon. All right, this is kind of crazy to be playing a game that looks like this with a controller on a phone. I never played Google Stadia yet, so this is like my first experience with it. Okay, so I just want to fight somebody. Safe to say this thing looks good, and it feels pretty smooth with the controller too. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sold on this experience. This is awesome. Being able to play and have this kind of experience, this is like console kind of stuff, but like with just like a super small screen. I know that's what Google really wants Stadia to be, like console gaming anywhere you go, but I don't know, man, that was pretty convincing. And look, they got games like NBA 2K20, Mortal Kombat 11. Okay, so there's a few games on here, guys. Oh, they got Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. Oh, I should have bought that. I'm liking this experience a lot, and I've got the RGB going. Like, I feel like I'm a full-blown gamer right now, guys. Like, don't talk to me, I'm gaming.
They have the sticker for that.
They have something for that? Oh, do not disturb. Let's go. They know what I'm talking about. Do not disturb. Don't bother me. I'll have to give this sticker to Ari. Don't bother me, I'm gaming. Here's the test though. Whenever I'm gaming on a phone and I stop to take a picture, especially now, I take a picture of Austin all the time, my son, in case you guys get it confused and you didn't hear me in the beginning. If I take a picture of my son, Austin, it automatically kills my game. Like on my iPhone, I go into taking that picture almost unwillingly because I know I'm gonna lose my place in my game. Let's see if we have that issue here. All right, boom. Took a picture, there it goes. The best flavor of Red Bull, the coconut berry, not a sponsor. Let's go back. Asphalt is still going. Injustice is still going. Dragalia is still going. This is unprecedented to me, guys. That tactics game is still playing? Okay. Damn, if I wasn't stuck on iMessage, I could really see this being the phone that I use, like, on a daily basis. Now listen, I know it sounds like I've got a lot of high praise for this phone right now. They're not sponsoring me. This is an unsponsored video, but I just really like this. Like, I can really appreciate these gaming aspects. That's amazing. And the screen looks really good too. Colors look great. Let's see how bright it gets. Can it get plenty bright? I mean, that looks pretty bright in here. Jay, let's go outside. Let's go outside. We gotta put it in the sun. Okay, so it's not super sunny out, honestly. Kind of sucks, but nonetheless, let's see how this looks out here. Put this at max brightness. Still looks crazy clean. You know what? While we're outside, we might as well see how that volume goes. That's not bad. This is first impressions, you know, this is not a full-blown review or anything, but I'm falling in love with this phone right off the bat. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. What else haven't we tried yet, Jay? Let me take a picture outside. I'm gonna take a picture of you, Jay. Off the screen, it doesn't look that hot. And you know, let's throw a portrait mode in there too. Let's take a look at what we got here. This is the portrait mode photo. Not bad. I don't like what it did to your skin tone, Jay. It's like yellow and green. It's weird. For someone who is used to like the iPhone or even like the Pixel, which I usually carry around as like my main camera phone shooter. Oh, that sun finally coming in. This is not gonna cut it. Now, the only thing really left for me to really test this thing out would be the battery life. So it has 6,000 milliamp hours. I'm curious how long that would last all day, especially with heavy gaming, since that's what this phone is all about. You know what, guys? We haven't been doing real day in the life. Let me know if you guys wanna see a real day in the life. I mean, we're living that quarantine life, so I don't know how fun that'll be. I don't know, if you guys wanna see me chill around the house, use the phone, test out all kinds of features, let me know with a comment down below. All right, guys, so I think it's pretty safe to say, as of right now, I am really in love with this phone, except for that camera. But everything else, I feel like they knocked it out of the park. We did have some accessories. We kind of talked about these already, but I just wanted to go into a little bit more detail because as we were setting it up and getting games downloaded, we messed around with these and noticed a few things. This is pretty cool. This is a dock that you can plug into the bottom. Oh boy, I gotta take this thing out again. Now, this thing acts as a fan, and it's kind of cool. You know, it does the whole RGB thing. It acts as a fan, so it can keep the phone cool while you're gaming, so you shouldn't slow down. The bottom lights up too. It says Republic of Gamers. Fingerprint scan is actually pretty quick, even though the setup was horrible. You can go ahead, use this as a fan, and you guys can hear it. Let me see if I can put this to the mic. You hear that, Jay?
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys hear it. It's an actual fan in there. And it also works as a bit of a stand. So you guys can go ahead and game like this if you want to. What's cool is that it also includes a USB-C port at the bottom, as well as the headphone jack that's missing. You know, you gotta throw a giant adapter on to get a headphone jack these days, but whatever. Another thing that was actually pretty cool was this case. Now, this guy, you might not see it, but it's like an LED case. You can throw this in, you guys can see it lights up. I like that a lot. And it does, you know, offer pretty decent protection. I am fearful for what this thing would look like if it fell, because this whole part is exposed, but there's a reason for that. It's so that you can use this thing, so you can attach it even while you have a case on. So, you know, they kind of thought about that, and they also allow you to use the air triggers still. So you can still use all of the cool features that ASUS has, you know, worked on for this phone. But it's not just these. These aren't the only accessories. ASUS actually, like I said before, has like this whole ecosystem of different accessories. So this is like a twin view dock where you can have like 2 screens. What I'm looking at is the ASUS ROG Phone 2 accessories, which will work for this guy as well. Mobile desktop dock, so you can dock this thing and kind of use it like a computer. We've seen that with like Samsung devices. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I'm glad I finally got my hands on an ROG phone because I think this thing is dope. That's about it for this video, guys. If you want to see that real day in the life where I can give you guys a more extensive idea of what I feel about this phone, not just like these initial first impressions where I'm like all googly-eyed over everything, let me know with a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, be the cool guy or girl that gives it a thumbs up. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. I'm back, we're back. Jay, we working again, man.
Yeah.
Peace, guys.